You just said that you have a disagreement with hypergamy. Go ahead and explain whatever you wanted to say about hypergamy.
Well, at one point you were saying that women always marry men with more income. They're always looking for that. But as of 2023, 45% of US households, women earn just as much or more than their man. So hypergamy, I think, is on its way out. So that already is a false claim by Red Pill. 30% of women out earn their husbands as of 2023. And husbands, people they're married to.
Totally fine. The general truth is that 70% of men out earn their wives. So
For
you're
now,
not disputing anything.
I'm saying the trend is going the other way. At least a third of households and half of the households, they earn equal. Like that, I'm disputing plenty.
No, you're not disputing a biological truth in women that still want to date up. So I have a question for you. You think that women currently are not prioritizing a man's financial resources. Is that yes?
Not as high, yes.
If it's not his finances, what else is it? What supersedes finances?
Kindness, emotional intelligence, and reliability.
Kindness, emotional intelligence, and reliability.
Correct.
Okay. So do you think that if a woman met a man that was kind, that had emotional intelligence, and had reliability, but he was 5'2" and obese and broke, do you think that she would give him a chance?
I think attraction plays a large part in it, of course.
Okay.
Attraction is a large part of dating.
Now we're getting somewhere, right? Attraction is a large part of dating. So
Yes.
You don't think that most women would choose that man because she's not attracted to him?
No, but I do know that most people that are married are under 6 foot tall. So I don't know what point you're trying to make.
Do you know who said? I didn't give a height, but we do know that most women that are married, the husband is taller than the wife.
Sure, but they're under 6 foot tall. You're right.
It doesn't matter. The average height of men are 5'8", is either 5'8" to 5'9". 6 foot is above average.
You're right.
No one's saying above average.
You're right.
We're just saying my standpoint is women want a man to be taller, to be stronger, and to make more finances, to make more money. That's hypergamy. Women have a natural proclivity to date up, and this is rooted in their biological makeup. So real quick, you just said that women wouldn't choose the man if he was broke, correct?
Probably not, no.
Probably not. All right. So that
there are men at
means
McDonald's that are married.
Oh, real quick. She wouldn't choose, but there's not a whole lot of men at McDonald's that's married.
I bet if you go to any McDonald's, there's at least one guy in there that's married.
I doubt that, but okay, fair enough. So let's speak about this logically real quick, because we don't have to bring up data, man, because we agree on something real fast. We both agreed that, well, women, if they mate select, you just contradicted yourself. I want to point that out. You said that they prioritize emotional stability and these other two things over finances, but if he was broke and he had the emotional intelligence and all of that, she wouldn't choose him.
No, I'm saying that they prioritize that over financial stability.
Okay. Which man do you think a woman would choose? The guy that pulls up in a nice car and has some financial stability, or the guy that is taking the bus to work?
I think it depends on the lady. Fact that
you said you think it depends.
Yeah.
What I'm saying here is the woman wouldn't even give the man a chance if he pulled up and hopped off of a bus.
I disagree.
Over the man that pulled up in a nice car. That is a lie.
Do you know how many women married their college guy when he had no money?
Okay, real quick. What I'm saying is this. Women, they have prerequisites, and a man has to meet their prerequisites. Men, we also have prerequisites,
right,
and women have to meet our prerequisites.
Correct.
I'm saying that the woman wouldn't give the guy a chance if he doesn't meet her prerequisites. And the prerequisites is literally like judging a book by its cover. You get what I'm saying? So here's another question for you. Two scenarios, guy A, guy B. Guy A, he pulls up in a regular car. What's a regular car? Like a Honda. He pulls up in a regular car, gets out of the car, and he greets this woman. Now, everything else is equal in a man. The other man, he gets out of a bus to greet her. Which guy is more attractive? Everything is equal. Which guy is more attractive in a woman's eyes?
It depends on the woman. They're not a monolith.
Wait,
dude.
time out. Stop it, bro. Now you're just lying. Listen, bro. I'll ask it again. I'll
They're
ask
not
it.
a
No one's
monolith.
speaking about a monolith. I'm speaking about the biological attraction triggers that women look for in a man. So I'll say it again. Guy A and guy B is equal. They actually look the same, bro. They're just equal. One gets out of a bus to talk to her, literally gets off the metro to talk to her. The other guy hops out of his Honda Civic to talk to her. But all of the guys is equal. Both of the guys is equal. Their interactions with the girl is equal. Who do you think the woman would find more attractive based off of this material stuff? Because material, if you peel the layer back, it equals your finances. It equals your ability to create resources. So which man would be more attractive to the woman? Hopping out the bus or hopping out of Honda Civic?
They had the exact same personality, exact same humor, exact same
Everything the
ambition.
same.
Then yeah, they're gonna want the guy who makes more money. But so what? I can give you a counter. But so what? Wouldn't you?
No
That's a
You
Fugazee.
just contradicted yourself,
No,
man.
I didn't.
Yeah,
No,
you
I didn't.
did.
Listen, you're saying,
Okay,
of course,
prove me wrong.
Okay, would your woman, if you have a woman, would she rather you make a lot more money or make a lot less money if you're the exact same guy?
I believe that every woman on this planet will want the man that makes more money. If all is equal.
Who wouldn't? That's like saying, well, let me ask you something. Would you rather have a woman that has a nice body or a nice body and a nice face? Which would you rather have?
Well, men were very simple, and we're not as complex as women. So that's not saying that. I'll give you the comparison, right? What we're comparing here, me asking you that question was to prove to you and the audience that women's their natural biological attraction triggers will never change.
I agree.
Will never change.
But what I'm telling you is that attraction is only a part of the equation. Attraction is only a part of it. Have you ever seen Millionaire Matchmaker? These millionaires can't get women. And you're sitting here acting like anyone who's a millionaire automatically gets women.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying that personality, kindness, humor, those things matter to women. And you're acting like it doesn't matter.
No one said that doesn't matter. That wasn't even in my analogy.
Women are attracted to certain people.
I think
they are attracted to other kinds of things too. Attraction comes in a million different ways. They're not a monolith.
Yeah, I got it. You missed the point. You said that women do not prioritize. You said that women you said that women prioritize these other three traits. Let me get them again so I can write it down. Emotional what?
Kindness, emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And kindness. What else?
Hold on. I forget what the other one was.
Man, you should know. You know what they want, right?
Reliability. That was the other one.
Reliability.
Also, I did a survey of 2,000 women on my page, and I asked them, why do they love their husbands? Why do they love their partners?
Yeah.
Money was never a part of it.
Yeah. And yeah, women always going to give the political correct answer on why
that's an easy cop out, dude. That's an easy cop out.
No,
that's not an easy cop out. Oh, they're lying, right? They're just lying.
Well, listen, man, what I'm saying is we'll get more into detail and I'll debunk what you just said too. Okay. But I've had more women on my podcast than you even interviewed, and I coached in so you given your little anecdotal experience, it says nothing here, bro.
2,000 people is not an anecdotal experience.
I have women that literally send me messages and reach out, basically send them voice notes, crying on a voice note because I changed their lives and their marriage and everything like that.
I got men doing the same thing for me. Okay,
cool. So, but what I'm saying is you giving an anecdotal stat, it means nothing because my audience is much bigger than you. So I'm going to have a bigger pool of me helping out men and women over you helping out men and women. So if you want to compare apples to apples and give anecdotal experiences, I still win the debate. So it's pointless to do that. Let's just have the arguments and speak that way. So when we're speaking about hypergamy, you are saying that women prioritize emotional intelligence, kindness, and reliability over finances. So
Correct.
Here's another question to you, right? If the man, so it's very simple. Certain men won't even get the chance with a woman, and certain women won't even give a man a chance if he doesn't meet her prerequisites. So my argument is that before the woman even gets to know if he has emotional intelligence, if he is kind, and if he is reliable, if he doesn't meet her prerequisite, she will not give him a chance. So what this conversation that we're having is, you're speaking about effects, I'm speaking about the cause. And manipulation, like I said in the beginning, happens when you focus on the effects instead of going to the root, the cause. Currently, it seems like you don't have a problem and you can't dispute my cause. So what I'm saying is, the cause of this and women choosing to mate select and picking men, that it displays him having the ability to garner resources and protect her. She's always going to choose that guy. This is why you chose, well, yeah, the woman would choose the guy that's driving the Honda Civic over the Metro bus. It's because if you peel back the layer to the woman's psychology, she sees that, oh, the material means something. Because if you peel back material on what the man has, well, in order for him to have this, he has to create resources in order to get it. This is why she chooses the man that drives the Honda Civic rather than hopping off a bus. So the biological attraction triggers never changes. Can you dispute that? Yes or no?
Yes, I can. I've told you a million times. Attraction is one part of the
What?
equation. Attraction is one part
But
of the equation.
before the woman selects that man, how can a woman know if he's emotionally intelligent if she sees him hop off the Metro bus and she says, ew, I don't want to talk to you? How can she give him a chance? Answer that.
What I'm saying is that that's not how she
Answer that
selects her mate.
question.
She didn't select
Answer
her
the
mate
question.
there. But you're saying she
Answer the
selected a
question.
mate. She didn't select her mate there. She
Answer
didn't
the
select her
question,
mate.
bro.
You
She's
said mate selection. Mate selection includes
Stop it.
relationships.
She's
Mate
disqualifying
selection,
potential
mate
mates.
select. Not necessarily. If that guy
Yes,
comes and
she
talks to her,
is.
if that guy comes and talks to her and he's got game, she might be interested. So what I'm
What are you
saying is that
speaking about? Do you know that women would disqualify you, especially black women, if you wearing the wrong shoes? They're gonna be like, ew, nigga, what are those?
okay, that's
It
one per,
it
that's
don't
one
matter
group of
what you
people.
say in
That's
that black chick's ear, she not giving you no chance.
okay.
And that's with
one group
all
of people.
races too, but
That's
it's
one
very
group of
prevalent
people.
when it comes to black women.
All kinds of people get married, and you talk about mate selection. All kinds of people have children. It's not
We
just the rich.
this.
It's not just the guys who
Children is
that
one
are
thing
tall.
and marriage is another
You
thing.
said mate
So
selection.
you're
Mate
conflating
is
two
children.
things.
Mate selection. Is that not what you said? That is having children. That's mating. That's a definition.
Yeah, but just a bit ago you were putting forth an argument, but you made it wasn't correct. But anyways, yeah, in regards to mating, that would be you can have children, or you won't have children. You do you have any children?
No,
Okay, so are you married?
I am married. Are you?
Is you and your woman mating?
I wouldn't say we're mating. No.
Y'all have sex?
Yeah, but I don't think that.
Obviously, y'all mating and y'all don't have kids, so that's what I'm speaking about, bro. It's not
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Mating had to do with children.
No, but most of these chicks out here is promiscuous. They're not even looking to with contraceptives and stuff like that. They're not even.
By the way,
in abortion.
Reproduction. By the way, I just looked it up. But okay, go for it.
Wait, I couldn't even hear you. Say that again.
Mating. The definition is reproduction.
That's totally fine. You can give me a Google definition, but in the context of this conversation, we were speaking about it differently. And you're just
talking about women choosing who they want to fuck. Is that what you're saying?
Women choosing men that they see that they can date. So women selecting men, mate selecting a man that they see a potential dating option. That's called mate selection. That's what I'm speaking about. So once again, my point that I'm speaking about, we're speaking about the cause of things before we get to the effect. And we are going to get to the effects. We're going to get to the prescriptions. We're going to get to the effects. But first, I want to see if you can push forth an argument that disputes the red pill descriptors and the truth that I'm telling you right now, right? So what we just noticed here, that women seem to be biologically hardwired to prioritize finances or the ability to garner finances and resources rather than emotional intelligence, kindness, and reliability. Because if they did, they would give the broke guy a chance and see if he's emotionally intelligent and kind and reliable. But guess what? They don't give those guys a chance. If they don't give them a chance, that means that they do still prioritize finances. You have to concede.
No, because I just told you that 45% of women make the same amount of money as their man.
What? That doesn't mean anything. What are you talking about?
It means
if
that
they are still choosing,
they're dating, they're equal. That is not dating up. That is not hypergamous. That is them choosing somebody that isn't necessarily prioritizing finances.
Okay, so you said that. Okay, so you said that currently women are dating.
Correct.
Or marrying. Which one is it?
Married.
Okay, they are married to men, and generally, your statistic. I'm not sure how you just read your statistic, but 50% of the 45 to 50, well, like 48 to 50% of the population is married.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
So within that data, the men out earn the women. Do you know that?
Say that again. Sorry. Within
that data of men and women getting married, about 48 to 50% of the population is married.
Yeah.
Right.
And 55% of that population, the men out earn the women. 55%.
Which means that it's still a majority of the men are still out earning the woman.
Correct.
And some women earn just as much. Do you have the data of?
45%.
Okay. Do you have
women
earn just as much? Now,
and
do you have
29% make more?
29% make more. Of women so there you go. So now we're comparing 29% versus
29 versus 55.
No, we're not comparing to 55. What we're saying is if people are getting married, right? So 29% of the marriages, the women earn more.
Correct. And 45% they earn equal.
And then 45% is the equal. Right. And what hypergamy is that women would prefer to either date on their level or above their level. So you are not disproving hypergamy if it's only 29% of women that out earn men.
But 45%, it's earned the
just
same
hang it up,
or
bro.
more.
Even your own stats prove me right.
45% earn the same or more. And what I'm
saying, what's the definition of hypergamy?
Let me finish my point.
What is the definition of hypergamy?
My point.
Hypergamy is women.
Finish my point. Women have not had the same opportunity in the workplace their whole life. Women are already outpacing men in the workplace. They're outpacing men in college.
Yo, you have to prove me wrong, man. You just moving a goalpost again.
What's going to happen when women?
You're asking me what? You asking me what? So here's what you're doing. You're moving a goalpost and asking me what do I think is going to happen. Meanwhile, we're speaking about what is happening because you lost this part. You just concede that. Okay, Cooley. No. Just see that Cooley. No. Women are hypergamous. They still, the stats show that 45% date on their level and 55% date above their level.
And it's trending up. Yes.
Got you. So what does that still mean? The majority of women, what does hypergamy mean? Hypergamy means that women would prefer to date on their level or above their level. If 29% of women are dating below their level when it comes to finances, this means that you are not disproving hypergamy. You are actually proving hypergamy because the majority of women is still either dating equally or above. Can you concede to the point so we can move forward? You did not disprove hypergamy.
I am not conceding that point.
Oh man, bro, you don't know. Do you not know how to do math?
I know exactly how to do math. I'm the only one that brought stats to this debate. You're the one just saying shit like women are biological. Women are biologically this. Women are You're not a biologist, and you're saying all this bullshit. Man. You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you think I don't know what I'm speaking about, but you just can't.
Women throughout history have not been able to earn as much as men. They are now catching up. So maybe at one point, yes, they were absolutely hypergamous. They had no other choice because men only made more money than women. And now that is changing. And now that women are making their own money, you see in the data, they're willing to date people below them. And that trend is going to continue as long as women continue to make their own money. But you're not conceding that point.
So when it comes to hypergamy means to date on the level or above the level, right? That is what it means, right?
I believe so, yes.
So if they're dating above the level, generally 71% of women is dating either on the level or above the level. You would have to say that generally, because general is most, if 71% is more than 29, we would have to say that generally women are still operating in their hypergamy.
I can concede that, but I can't.
That's what I said, man. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is that it's not some natural thing. It is a societal thing.
Natural.
It is societal because if women, hold on. If women earned as much money as men did throughout history, you're telling me they'd still be hypergamous because it's biology?
Yeah.
Why?
still be
They're proving
hypergamous.
that now that they're making money, that's not the case. They're proving that already.
No, they're not
30%
proving it.
Yes,
They're
they are.
miserable. Most of those women
You want
that
to talk
get
about
married to
miserable?
a man, let me finish my point, man. I'll let you land your plane. Most of those women that marry men where they earn more, the probability of divorce actually increases when a woman out earns the man. And I have stats on this. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.